back at the start of another year, and a really strange cup to start off with. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Global Domination. I'm Nick from Sonic FM, and this is episode number 16. Now I said at the end of the last episode we will be back for a season review and the start of the season, but there wasn't really a season review to show you. It didn't give me the notification really of anything review wise, and we're back a little bit earlier than previously planned as well. The reason for that being, as we have the Asian Confederation Cup. So we've been drawn in the group stage of the ASEAN zone. And we're in Group F, and we've been drawn against Binh Dong of Vietnam, Pahang of Malaysia, and Tampines of Singapore. More names that I can't say. But I said in the intro, it's a really strange cup, and this is why. We have a look at the rules. So this is us here. There are 5 different zones, and they all seem to have slightly different rules. But what it means for us effectively is we're in the group stages of the ASEAN zone. We finish top of our group, we qualify for the semi-final. We get through that, we get to the final, and that qualifies us for the interzone playoff semi-final. We then get through that into the final of the interzone section. We then make it to another final. Against whom? I don't know. The West Asian zone, by the looks of things. And if we win that, we'll qualify for the Asian Champions League playoffs. Now, the Asian Champions League is something that we do want to win, because we want to win all the Champions Leagues that we can. However, I think my best chance of doing that is going to be when we get to South Korea or China, so I'm not too worried about that just now. But getting into it and getting a chance to play in it would give me some experience in it, as well as good bit of money to help with the finances. That's the kind of main thing I'm taking away from this, is I'm not really expecting anything from it, but it could help us with the finances, and it gives us a bit of a almost like kind of pre-season friendly tournament. We have a look at the schedule as well. We'll see that we have the Super Cup against Madura United play as well. We'll probably do that in tomorrow's episode, along with the first game of the season against PSIS. As you can see, we play each team in the Confederations Cup twice. That is extra games that we do need to contend with once the season starts, which is not ideal. In terms of transfers, nothing really to show you. The only thing is we've got an offer in for Fadil Aksa, who's a 22-year-old centre-back. He's 4.5-star current potential, would be the best centre-back at the team. I think a partnership between him and Dawanga would be fantastic. So we've got an offer in for him. However, there are also a lot of other clubs got bids in for him. So we'll see how we go there. In terms of everything else, there's nothing really to note. There's nobody really in or out so far. There are a few players. If we go and look at the squad, we sort by contract, you can see Agamal, Hangara, Kurniawan and Hafaludin are all now out of contract. They're playing on a month-to-month basis. I'm keeping them around just now as additional cover. However, as I start to bring players in to replace them, then we'll look at binning them off to just releasing them on freeze. The only other person to have left is Mardiono. You can see he's not there on the team sheet. So I don't need to worry about giving him game time anymore. Wonderful. Got a few players in on trial at the moment. So we'll be taking a look at them and see if we can bring anybody in. Not really wanting to spend too much money. We've got plenty of room in the wage budget. Nothing in the transfer budget, really. 181,000. I want to spend as little of that as possible because I want to try and move some of that into the scouting budget, because we didn't get an increase in the scouting budget, which means we can still only scout League 2. So we'll be looking to potentially switch. In fact, we'll have a look and see if we can do that just now. And scouting budget. Bring some of the transfer budget down. Take it down to about there. Let's have a look at the packages, see what we can get with that. But you see, we've got a League 1 recruitment package, which is the lower tier package. 34-year-old Australian midfielder. Let's go for your trial. Get you. So adjusted the budget. Where is the scouting packages under player search? Recruitment package, there we go. We've now got a scouting budget of 74,000. Then we change that to be a bit more. What if we just move the full thing over? It goes 201. Keep a little bit in the transfer budget. That allows us to do Indonesia as a whole. Excellent. So we're going now to our first game of the new season, and that is against Tampines of Singapore, and this is the team we're putting out for that first game. We have Sriwijaya is starting in goals. He's still our cup goalkeeper, and this is a cup, so we'll start him there. Got Irwan Lestaluhu, Dewanga, Herodin and Christian Toko are playing as our defenders. Sawande and Taiwanella in midfield. Suriawan, Oharela and Orwandi in attacking midfield with Rambi up front. Very familiar team that you're all familiar with. Players we all know and love. Let's go and see how we fare up against Tampines from Singapore. Bearing in mind, Singapore is, I'm sure, the next nation that we will be moving to. So it gives us a chance to have a look at them as well. I'm not sure where they're from. Let me just quickly check if I can. Click on there. So Tampines are in the Singaporean Premier League. They're 7th in the Singaporean Premier League, which is the top division, I would assume. Well, let's see how we fare against them. A good test for us. The only other Indonesian team in the Confederation Cup is Arenas, who we beat on way to winning the Indonesian Cup last season. And Rambi's through here. 1-0 to Rambi. I thought he was going to get called for offside there. I think the Tampines players are appealing for it, but nothing given. We see here Lester, who gets the ball in the left back position. He plays it inside to Orwandi. Orwandi playing through Rambi. That partnership, once again, paying dividends for us. And Rambi, after 18 minutes, gets us off the mark with first goal of the season. See there, Rambi is just off side, but referee and the assistants didn't see it, so I'm not going to complain. But the Tampines players had every right to be appealing there. Lester, who with the ball now, plays to Taiwanella, who plays it again to Sawande, back all the way to Herodin. He goes all the way back now to Sriwijaya in goals. Gets it back from him, plays it forward now to Taiwanella. Taiwanella to Sawande. Forward to Oharela. Oharela gives it back to Sawande. Sawande coming forward with it and finds Suriawan on the left, but he's cut inside now. Gets past one man, has a shot, but the shot is well wide. But as things stand, we are top of our group, as the other game is drawing at the moment. Tampines coming forward. Now Stewart on the ball. He plays it all the way back to Eunice. Eunice trying to find somebody on the right hand side. Can't find anybody, but Taiwanella wins the ball from Ibrahim, and Rambi with it, holding it up well. Gives it back to Taiwanella. Taiwanella switches it out wide to Suriyawan now, inside to Sawandi. Taiwanella picks it up again, playing in that playmaker role in the middle of the park. And Herodin wins the header to Rwandi. Rambi picks up again. What a finish from Rambi. But it's disallowed this time. He has been called offside. That was a fantastic finish, as we see Rwandi to Taiwanella. First time ball over the top of the defence to Rambi. Swings his left foot at it, but he was clearly offside. In the other game now, Bindong are winning against Pahang. But that moves them to the top of the table. Who won their leading. We'll just see how that game develops. Because as I said, only the top team qualifies for the next round of the tournament. Got the corner in from Christian Toko. Dewanga up with the header, as we've seen so many times before, but this time it's over the bar. Got a highlight just starting here for Campanes. So once this is finished, I'm going to be looking to make some substitutions. And Rambi picks up the ball now. He's driving forward with it. Can he do anything with it? I thought he was fouled, but the referee waved play on. And Timpani's coming forward again, but Christian Toko cuts it out. Tries to find Rambi again, but the defence gets there first. And it's Raman now with the ball on the right hand side. He plays it back now to Stewart. Stewart with a long ball forward, but Sriwijaya is out quick to claim that one. And he plays the ball forward to Rwandi. Rwandi picks up. He plays through Rambi now. Rambi through with the keeper, 1-on-1. He's not missing that. Second goal of the season for Rambi. Second goal of the game. And that gives us a 2-0 lead now with 65 minutes played. See there. Big ball from the keeper. Rwandi slides Rambi through. And when you get Rambi in that kind of position, it's very rare that he misses. Going to be looking now to make a couple of changes, just because it is the first game of the season. We've not had any friendlies. We want to try and keep people as fresh as possible. Suriyawan, take you off, and don't have another left winger I can put on there. What we'll do is we'll move Rwandi over there, and we'll bring Kartika in there for Suriyawan. And I'm going to swap Taiwanella and Sawandi around, and we'll take Taiwanella off for Artica. And that'll do for the moment. 20 minutes left in the game. Still 2-0. We've managed to not give away a shot on goal or on target for that matter. Bit of praise for the team. Throw in now from Christian Toko, gets it to Sawandi. Sawandi gets it back again from Christian Toko, uses him on the overlap, plays the ball in. Rambi there for his hat trick. 3-0. And Rambi is picking up the start of this season where he left off last season. He was in top goal scoring form at the end of last season in the cup final, and he's just keeping that going with 3 goals today. Into injury time now. We've got another throw in for Christian Toko. Trying to find Kartika, but can't find him. So Wandi picks up the headed clearance, so plays it to Kartika. Ardika plays Kartika through now, and Kartika gets onto the end of it. Does exactly what Rwandi does in that position, and slots the ball home at the near post. If he's going to start getting onto the score sheet in that position, that is good news, because it means that we've then got 2 players coming in off that right hand side. Kartika's obviously starting to take to the attacking midfield position. From the kickoff, Timpani's have got the ball again, trying to play out from the back, but it's cut out by Herodin, and Arwandi plays the ball forward, trying to find Rambi, can't find him, but Kartika picks up the ball, gets it in, Rambi with the header, and Arwandi is just there at the back post. Collect the knock on and hammer it home, makes it 5-0 now. This is an excellent start to the season for the team. See Rambi up with the ball knocked on, and Arwandi finishes. Again, I thought at first he might have been offside, but seeing it again in the replay, he was very clearly onside. And that is an excellent start to the season. So, a few players we're bringing in on trial. All the praise for Rambi. We will be back in just a second with the next game against Bindong. And back now for the game against Bindong in the Asian Confederation Cup. A couple of things to mention just before we go into that. Transfer-wise, we've put an offer in for Joseph Duckworth, one of the Australian players that we brought in on trial. You can see there, can play striker, back midfield, and central midfield as well for us. In terms of other transfer news, Tiger Amin, one of our young players, is gone out. We've got 5,000 for him, with sell-on clause and all the usual kind of stuff. He's a winger, which is a position that we could have potentially used him in, but part of the problem we have with the youth players at the moment is our facilities aren't good enough to develop them, and we don't have the money to improve the facilities. But coming in, we've brought in two players. So we brought in Brian Fatari from Persipura for £40,000. The 22-year-old centre-back, 3.5-star ability at the moment. Bringing him in to potentially partner alongside the Wanga. He was shown as the best centre-back at the club when I was having a look at him. And we've also brought in Fahmi Al Ayubi, 27-year-old right midfielder, can play in attacking midfield on the right hand side as well for us. So a couple of players to bring in to add cover to the squad and bring a bit of depth to a couple of positions. We will still be looking as the transfer window goes on, mostly for free transfers, just because we don't really have the transfer budget. But if we see we've got 34,000 left in the transfer budget at the moment. Plenty of room in the wage budget though, so if we can find any free transfers, we'll bring them in, because we do need to try and get this these finances sorted so that we can start to improve the facilities and I can get sent on coaching badges and things like that. Hopefully we'll get a decent little run in this cup and that will bring us in some money. Having a look at the sponsorships are down as well. We got a notification that we've got new sponsorship deals and they're about 20,000 a year less than what they were previously. If we go into the league and look at the preview, we're currently predicted to finish 14th, so we're predicted to stay up as it stands. I think if we can bring in one or two good quality players to reinforce some of the areas that we need to, we've got a good chance of maybe moving up that table at the moment. And if we look at sponsorship income, we're 14th highest, so we're predicted to finish there 14th, and we're the 14th highest team in terms of sponsorship income. Interesting. So yeah, just a couple of things I wanted to mention before we moved on. So this is the team then that's going into this game against Bindong. We have Sriwijaya continuing in goal. Berlian's coming in at left back because Lester Luhu picked up a bit of a knock. The Wanga, Herodin and Christian Tok at the back. Sawandi and Taiwanella in midfield. Suryawan, Oharela and Kartika in the attacking midfield. and Rambi up front. Kartika's coming in for Rwandi because Rwandi picked up an injury. It's not showing that he's getting an injury now. I did have to send him home because he had a cold. So what we'll do is we'll stick him on the bench just now. But it gives Kartika a chance to get some game time under his belt. And he finished the last game off pretty well, so we'll see if he can carry that on. None of our new players are going to be able to play because they are unregistered for this tournament. Registration for the tournament closed before they came in. But it's Wendong on the attack now, and he gets a shot away, but it is wide of the post. Again, we are looking at this primarily from a financial point of view. I don't think we get any money in the group stage, so we do want to try and get through this so we can start earning prize money. Ball in there from Christian Toko, but it's cleared away and Taiwan Ellis picked it up now. He plays a ball over to Rambi. Rambi with the header, and it's off the post. It was offside. So 20 minutes gone now, and we're looking quite strong so far, possession-wise, and the rest of the stats. As things stand, it keeps us top of the table. Bindong did win their last game, if we remember, but we've got the greater goal difference. And I think if we win here, that would all but guarantee his qualification. So nothing each at half time. The better team, just keep doing what we've been doing. Go on with the second half. Christian Toko with the corner now. Plays it in. Dewanga with the header, just over the bar. He's not scored in that kind of position for a while, Dewanga. It would be quite nice if he could get back to his goal scoring ways. The goal kick now for Wendong. Christian Toko cuts out and gives it to Kartika. Kartika plays the ball over the top looking for Rambi. Rambi picks it up with the finish, but he's adjudged to have been offside. I don't think he was, but it's not going to show as a replay, so I can't tell you if he was or not. Nevertheless, we have won the ball back through Berlin on the left hand side here. He's taking his time getting to it. Playing it forward now and finds Rambi. Rambi knocks it down to Orella. Orella coming up the left hand side. Trying to find somebody coming in, but he's got it to Kartika. Plays it to Sawandi. Sawandi with the shot. We know how much Sawandi loves a spectacular effort from outside the box. Gets the goal. 1-0 to Sriwijaya. Orella, as we see, finds Kartika on the far side. Knocks it down to Sawandi. One touch to steady himself and rifles it into the back of the net. And that is one of the reasons why he is our captain. Christian Toko with the free kick. Plays it in. Kartika gets it up there with the header. Kartika gets his second goal in 2 games. It looks as if he could be coming on to a game for us now. Would give us 3 players that can play in that right attacking midfield position, so plenty of depth over there. And with this cup, the league, and I would assume the Indonesian Cup starting up pretty soon, gives us plenty of depth for rotation if we need it. Right, we're going to make some changes now. Let's have a look at fitness. So I think we'll bring Rwandi on for Suryawan. Oharella, I think we'll take you off, bring Lestaluhu on for you. And where else can we have a look? You know what, Rambi, I'm going to give Ibecob some game time at the minute. So, triple substitution made. Windong with the goal kick again, but it's cut out, and Taiwanella plays it out wide now to Christian Toko. Christian Toko drops it back to Taiwanella. Looking for somebody to play the ball to, and it's a big switch across field to Berlin. Berlin forward to Sawandi. Nice passing from the midfield. Kartika picks up again. He gets a shot away. Just wide of the post. And it stays 2-0, 15 minutes left to go. This would keep us 3 points clear at the top of that group. And Kartika with the free kick into the back post. Eridin's up there and manages to tap it in at the back post for his first goal of the season. I don't really remember him scoring many goals last season, so it's good to see him getting off the mark. He did come to speak to me, he was a bit worried about me bringing in another centre back, but my excellent man management skills came to the fore again and he wasn't too worried. But we're having to do some defending now. And it's Hanbin with the shot. Sriwijaya, I think, had it covered, sees it wide. As we go into injury time. It's the end of the game. Comfortable 3-0 win for us. Very pleased with that. Again, considering these are the first two games we've played, we've not played any friendlies or anything like that. I'm really happy with how the team are performing. If we look at the table, come in and I wish it wouldn't. It would stop. Getting to that. So if we look at the table there, you can see 3 points clear with and getting into the next game. Forgetting that we play each team twice. I was thinking it was only once. But we're 3 points clear getting into the third game. And we've got, safe to say, an extra point because of the goal difference. We've got a 10 goal difference at the minute. So that will be the end of the episode. And just give Kartika a bit of praise. And we'll be back tomorrow with the Super Cup against Madura United, a chance to win another trophy, and the opening game of the season against PSIS. And that is the end of episode number 16. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, then make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. Upload daily around 8 PM UK time. And as always, thank you very much for watching.